Okay, so I got these injuries June 21st of this year, basically 2 days ago. So I was riding my bike, trying to get across the street, and then this truck comes from the left while I'm going forward, and it intercourses with me, and then I ended up flying off my bike, but somehow my legs didn't take any damage, or my torso. It was just two of my hands. My left hand was halfway open and it was leaking blood, and my right hand had a few cuts and scars on it, but the guy who was in the truck came out and dragged me onto the curb. They called the ambulance. They gave me a towel to wrap over my left hand, and they gave me water, and we waited for the ambulance. So the ambulance arrives and they picked me up in the stretcher, and when I get in the ambulance, they put an IV in my right forearm. And then when they do that, they started asking me questions and interrogating me. And then I answered all the questions, and we ended up going to Children's Hospital. So I went there. I had to deal with 3 x-rays. For the first x-ray, I was leaking blood all over the x-ray machine. The second x-ray, I was doing the same thing. But the third x-ray, I wasn't leaking that much blood. Then later when the doctors came in, they had to stitch my left hand up and stitch my right middle finger up, and it hurt a lot. So after that, we had to wait there for very long hours while I'm sitting here with the hurt hand. There's blood all over the bed, the floors. Even a little girl saw the blood dripping on the floor, and I felt really bad. But I know that it's my fault that I didn't look both ways and I got hit, and I'm taking accountability for that. And so yeah, I leave the hospital around 3 a.m. in the morning. I go to Jack in the Box. I start to overheat in the car, and then I had to go back to my nanny's house, and I just had to go to sleep because I was very hurt. And they gave me this box where I have to sleep or even just chill with my left hand in it, or else my blood flow won't regulate. Anyways, the doctors and paramedics were very surprised that I survived that, which honestly I am too. And the weird part about it is, it happened right next to a graveyard, and I was looking at my hand and the graveyard at the same time, and it was just, surprisingly, I didn't end up there, and I survived. And now it's 2 days later. I still got these wraps on my hands, and well, I'm just gonna get better, and then create more content, and then go to New Orleans eventually. And I'm just glad I survived that day, because no ordinary person could really survive that, especially a teenager. So I'm just very grateful to God that I survived that. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for the doctors. And while I don't even respect school, I understand why they do it, because if it wasn't for school, those doctors wouldn't even be there, and I probably wouldn't get the help I need. So I'm grateful for school, even though it's not my thing. Alright, bye.